way 50 Cent looks out for him. That was the.
But how? Yeah. Where's his records? Where's his businesses? Where's his do he even have a wait? Let me ask you a question.
He does.
Do this nigga have children?
Niggas be glazing. And the glazing award goes to Memphis Bleek.
Hold up, man. And the only Bleek verse I ever is the one that Jay-Z wrote. The only Bleek verse I ever like is the one that Jay-Z wrote. I ain't never like a Bleek verse that he wrote by himself. Niggas ain't no Memphis Bleek fans like that neither, nigga.
Why you starting like that?
No, I'm just saying back to that shit, nigga. I'm dead serious.
You
back to that
right now.
Yeah, I am. I'm on 1,000.
I'm on
1,000, nigga.
You talking about
Bitcoin for Bitcoin, bank account for bank account, nigga, and business statements for business statements. And we can do it next week.
Yo, look.
And let's check the transactions. You know how you can scratch it out so nobody wire nobody. Let's see how much money you got, nigga. And check the safe. Because we got the safe money. I got a safe in the crib. And I just took my kids' first class flights on Disney. We was in Disney World. I do shit with the kids. You heard? It was me and 2 of the homies and 13 kids. Is doing fucking great. Shout out to my niggas Mo, West, the whole indoor, the unit dispo, right? We getting podcast money as well. And the nigga get a whole lot of money with 50.
Was on there 2005, right?
Yeah, because of me. Because of me, Green Lantern giving me a mixtape, and I played the mixtape, and Hov was like, yo, who that? And I said, this is new kid from Brooklyn, and he got a deal because of me. But niggas gonna forget that because Hov don't look out.
Shit. Now, you know what this might be called? This is when appreciation has an expiration date.
That's a fact. Like, I looked out for the homie. Like, nigga know me.
At that moment when you helped him, he probably really fucked
listen.
with you.
Like,
but now, you don't help him no more. 50 do, so he don't fuck with you no more. I was like, I didn't even know that this nigga was...
Yo, he told me he got the safe in his crib.
In the comment section.
Memphis Bleek just turned a routine Jay-Z versus 50 Cent debate into something far more personal. What began as a discussion about loyalty and who supports their circle better quickly turned into a direct jab at Tony Yayo and Uncle Murda, and G-Unit was not about to let that go unanswered. Bleek's argument was simple. He doesn't believe that 50 backing his people automatically makes them more successful than the artists around Jay. But he didn't stop there. He pushed further, questioning how independent their businesses really are, and whether they'd still be standing on their own without 50's name attached. That's the moment the conversation stopped sounding like casual rap talk and started sounding like a genuine challenge. Bleek didn't just go after the money, he brought family into it too, asking why fans rarely see Tony Yayo and Uncle Murda around their own kids. That comment clearly struck a nerve, because the second Uncle Murda caught wind of it, the entire tone of the exchange shifted.
Can't compete, that's why they talk like that. If 50 said 1 year, these niggas are being a shelter, they shouldn't be allowed to talk about us or anybody when you literally are a dependent.
This was no longer just a debate about which label boss did more for his people. Now it was about pride, respect, and proving who was really building on their own. Before Uncle Murda could fully react, Tony Yayo stepped in to clarify what he meant by support. He wasn't claiming 50 pays anyone's bills or carries grown men through life. What Tony meant was access, opportunity, and being put in rooms where real business gets done. That distinction, he said, was the part Bleek was overlooking. And once Tony started naming the connections and doors 50 had opened for him, he turned it into a pointed question for Bleek. Where has Jay-Z been putting him lately? That question only turned the heat up further. Tony laid out exactly what he meant, and his point went beyond simply paying someone's bills. He said 50 doesn't treat him like a dependent. Instead, 50 brings him into rooms with team owners, top executives, entertainers, and people capable of creating real opportunities long after the meeting ends. That was the core of Tony's argument. Support doesn't always look like a handout. Sometimes it's the right introduction, being seen next to the right people, and learning how business actually moves at a higher level. Tony said those connections helped him build a name for himself outside of music, all while still benefiting from being part of G-Unit. Then he rattled off what he currently has going: a dispensary, podcast deals, book projects, film ideas, and other ventures in motion. He also pointed out that his recent comeback wasn't handed to him. Tony went on major platforms, sold his personality, and rebuilt his own momentum without needing 50 by his side every step of the way. That's when he turned the spotlight back on Bleek, questioning whether Jay-Z had opened those same kinds of doors for him recently, and whether Bleek was really judging the comparison fairly. Tony wasn't saying Bleek had nothing to show. He was saying the picture looked different once access, visibility, and real business opportunity entered the conversation. Then, Tony stopped being diplomatic and hit Bleek with the Glazer label.
He doesn't support Memphis Bleek the way 50 Cent looks out for him. That was the...
But how? Yeah. Where's his records? Where's his businesses? Where's his... Do he even have a... Wait, let me ask you a question.
He does.
Do this nigga have children?
I don't know.
Because when do he travel with his family? When is family time?
He got
I don't want to hear this 50 Cent shit and Jay-Z shit. My wife right here, we just came from Paris, rocking the Chateau. My daughter was in there, was in the room Leonardo da Vinci built. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
Like, my son just was at night one, Reasonable Doubt. Where's these niggas' kids? And you talking about somebody taking care of you. Who are you taking care of, man? Like... Yo, we fucking 50 and you still want niggas to take care of you is insane to me. And the fans online think this is right. Arguing it. Yeah, Jay don't look out for Bleek. He's not supposed to. I have a job.
That one word shifted the entire tone of the exchange. This was no longer just a debate about support. It had turned into a public challenge to Bleek's loyalty, his image, and the way he'd chosen to defend Jay-Z. Tony kept his own response fairly measured, but when Uncle Murda entered the conversation, he brought a completely different energy. At first, he tried to keep things calm, simply comparing what each side actually had going on. When Bleek brought up his restaurant, Murda countered with the dispensary. When Bleek questioned their money, Murda offered to put it all on the table: business statements, monthly earnings, properties, even Bitcoin holdings.
Right.
To the interview. You know what I mean? And they've been clipping it up on social media, you know what I mean? So I seen a clip where you said you don't think that Jay looks out for them niggas over there like 50 look out for y'all.
And let me explain that to you. Like, because niggas are flipping and bouncing like 50 pay a nigga bills or pay a nigga taxes, right? What I'm saying by that is like we're in rooms, like with Tillman, right? Niggas just own the Houston Rockets. We're in rooms with niggas we met. Niggas say, this guy owns the whole Brazil. We're in them rooms. So when you look at Bleek, do you see Bleek at the All White? Do you see him at Mike Rubin party? You ever seen him there? Have you ever seen him there?
That's when it became clear Murda wasn't treating this like typical podcast banter anymore. He was ready to turn Bleek's comments into a full-blown financial challenge. Murda claimed that between his music deal, podcast income, dispensary, and touring money, he had more than enough to stand on without depending on anyone else.
Have you ever seen Bleek at an all-white party?
I never went to one. I don't know.
You never seen him there, right?
I don't know.
50 puts me and Murda in rooms that niggas could never get in. Like, I done met everybody from Jim Carrey to the Kardashians to whoever you want to name in the game. I done met niggas. When I go to the Garden, Patrick Ewing know me. John Starks know me. We're one of the most biggest groups in the fucking world.
But he made one thing clear. Making money alongside 50 is not the same as surviving off of 50. Murda explained that working with 50 opens up bigger opportunities, new relationships, and steady touring income. According to him, he performs with 50 in cities around the world multiple times a month, and that alone brings in serious money on its own. That detail reinforced the point Tony had made earlier. The G-Unit side wasn't claiming 50 simply hands them cash and tells them to relax. They were saying he keeps them active, visible, and plugged into opportunities that keep generating income long-term. Still, out of everything said, Bleek's comments about their families seemed to bother Murda the most. You could hear the frustration building every time the subject came back around.
when he talks, he says he has a restaurant, right? But Jay didn't want to come. Right? We got a dispensary. You think Fifth didn't slide by there? Know what I'm saying? The unit dispensary. We own a dispensary. We own businesses too. Know what I'm saying? We got successful podcasts, one of the fastest growing podcasts on the volume. And then I got another deal on the table and working on books, and Murda's working on books, and we're working on films, and we're in rooms with all these actors from Power and everything. All I'm saying is he don't put them in the rooms. So when a nigga go in there and say, yo, when Yayo had a house, I had a house in 205. I had a house before a lot of rappers, bro. A lot of rappers came to my house and got motivated. I had houses, not a house. But I don't like to brag about money. I like to stay humble like you guys do. Because I know a lot of people don't got it. It's not about why are we talking about, yo, Yayo don't wear the passport chain. Your 50's not around. Why are we talking about chains? But what it was is, Yayo came back from the dead. Yayo got a second win, and niggas can't stand it. Sometimes it could be a nigga that's around me that can't stand it. Yayo got a second win on his own without 50. I went on Vlad. Yo, you bugging. I went on $1 Million a Game. That took me there. I went on Shannon Sharp. I went on all these big platforms by myself and sold my personality just like y'all do. But niggas are going to continue to hate. You had your one day on stage with Jay, which is cool. Feel good.
The calm, business-focused breakdown was nearly over, and Murda was about to make things far more personal. He stopped holding back and turned the entire conversation into a full-on challenge. Bleek had questioned whether these men actually had real families, real businesses, and real money of their own. So Murda answered every single point like he had something to prove. He talked about taking his kids on first-class trips, having a daughter on her way to college, and making sure the children in his life are active and well taken care of. That part clearly mattered to him because Murda felt Bleek had crossed a line by dragging family into a debate that started as a conversation about Jay-Z and 50 Cent. From there, Murda went straight into flex mode. He said they could compare bank accounts, business statements, Bitcoin, properties, jewelry, even the money sitting in their safes, essentially telling Bleek not just to talk about who looks successful, but to actually bring receipts. And a clip from the moment even carried the caption, "And the glazing award goes to Memphis Bleek." Murda didn't stop at money either. He took a direct shot at Bleek's music, claiming the only verse of his he ever liked was one he believes Jay-Z actually wrote. That line landed as the sharpest jab of the entire exchange, because now Murda was going after both Bleek's finances and his legacy in the same breath. Tony had already made the business case earlier, but Murda brought the raw, unfiltered Brooklyn energy to close it out. One side of the argument was about access and opportunity. Murda's side was simpler. Put everything on the table and see who's really standing on their own.
Like, as far as niggas do got a successful weed dispensary business, and I know Bleek said he got a restaurant. I don't mind. We can do this too. We could go, let's see what you made last month, and we can show what we made last month, and we could continue to do month for month to see who's making more money as far as that business is concerned. We could go business for business as far as that, right? And we could go Bitcoin for Bitcoin because I got a bunch of those too. So as far as me being back in the hood, that would never happen. And we could show houses too. I got a pool. We could show who houses flyer and all type of shit. We could do that. We could go Bitcoin for Bitcoin. Hold on. Fuck all that. We could go Bitcoin for Bitcoin. We could do this. And not to mention, we got a nice check from Valium to even do this podcast shit. Right, we getting paid like real good money to do this podcast shit, and on top of that,
fastest growing podcast.
And on top of that, I heard him talk about he put out because I didn't know he was talking about me. Like I'm surprised.
Just thought he said.
I'm surprised he was talking about me. Like damn nigga. But on top of that, shout out to Ghazi and Nima. That's Empire. I just did a deal with them for 7 figures, nigga, with my music. So I get paid to put out music as well. So. As far as I got to deal with Empire, I get paid to put out music, right? My dispensary is doing fucking great. Shout out to my niggas Mo, West, the whole indoor, the unit dispo, right? We getting podcast money as well. And the nigga get a whole lot of money with 50. It's great to perform with 50.
All over the world?
All over the world. It's great to perform with 50 all over the world. A nigga damn near perform with 50 probably at least 10 to 12 times out the month. That's what you call a bag.
By the end of it, this had stopped being a simple debate over which boss treats his artist better. Uncle Murda had turned the whole exchange into a public test of money, loyalty, family, and respect. Now everyone watching wanted to know one thing: would Memphis Bleek respond? Just when it seemed Uncle Murda had taken complete control of the narrative, Memphis Bleek stepped back into the conversation. Rather than brushing the challenge aside, Bleek sat down with Taxstone and addressed the situation head-on, matching the energy with jokes, a bit of history, and a few pointed claims of his own. Bleek brushed off the talk about bank accounts, suggesting that Murda only came out swinging because the G-Unit check must have just cleared. In other words, Bleek was implying that Murda's loyalty happened to line up conveniently with a payday. Whether he meant it seriously or was simply stirring the pot, his point landed clearly. He wasn't fazed by the money comparison, and in his eyes, Murda's reaction only backed up what he'd said in the first place. From there, Bleek turned his attention to Murda's standing within G-Unit itself. He labeled him a late addition to the crew and compared him to a GoBot trying to pass himself off as a transformer. It got a laugh, but underneath the joke was a much sharper jab. Want me to keep going with the rest of the script, or is this the full section for now?
Hustling. Niggas don't depend on 50, but niggas get money with 50. And I salute that and I appreciate that nigga like a motherfucker. And fucking with 50 creates other opportunities to get money. That's how it was easy to get the dispo and things of that like that. So it's a blessing to fuck with this nigga 50. But the nigga don't, the nigga's not depending on 50 to get no money. Like, what the fuck is niggas talking about? Is niggas straight?
Anyway,
hold up, man. And the only Bleek verse I ever like is the one that Jay-Z wrote. The only Bleek verse I ever like is the one that Jay-Z wrote. I ain't never like a Bleek verse that he wrote by himself. And niggas ain't no Memphis Bleek fans like that neither, nigga.
All right, yo, look.
But damn, I'm surprised you talked about me, Bleek.
Now look, I ain't gonna listen.
You said he said something about me, nigga.
Don't worry,
I ain't
don't worry.
with that shit.
Yo,
Niggas
look.
talk about, I ain't with it.
I said,
I ain't with it.
if
A nigga be back in the hood is crazy,
he was talking
nigga.
about me more, right?
I am. I'm on 1,000.
that's Learjet Lenny.
I'm on
yeah.
1,000,
You
nigga.
talking about
We
Learjet
get on
Lenny,
Bitcoin
nigga.
for
But look,
Bitcoin,
but look.
bank account for bank account, and business statements for business statements, nigga. And we could do it next week.
Yo, look.
And let's check the transactions. You know how you can scratch it out so nobody wire nobody nothing, nigga. Let's see how much money niggas really got, nigga. And check the safe. Because we got the safe money too. I got a safe in the crib. And I just took my kids' first class flights on Disney. We was in Disney World, nigga. I do shit with the kids, nigga. You heard? It was me and 2 of the homies and 13 kids. We do shit with the kids. My daughter be in college next year. Pardon me, I'm turned up. And the kids is in swimming school. Because I got a big swimming pool in the backyard, nigga.
Now look.
Do you got a pool?
So look. Now
I'm just being clear.
all right, now, trust.
And I wear my chains everywhere I go. You see my shit, nigga.
Right.
And my shit is bigger than yours and more expensive than all your shit, nigga.
God.
You see me, nigga, everywhere I go, nigga. When I'm with 50 and when I'm without, I wear my shit everywhere, nigga. Brooklyn, turn up gang, bang, bang.
Memphis Bleek wasted no time questioning why Uncle Murda even had a say, considering he joined the crew years after its most iconic run. But this back and forth wasn't staying lighthearted for long. Bleek made it clear he wasn't stepping back from anyone, saying he's never been afraid to go toe-to-toe with anybody. Then he pointed out something else. Murda's reaction seemed unusually heated, almost like a specific comment had hit a nerve it wasn't supposed to touch. And that's where the story took its biggest turn. Bleek was about to reveal that Uncle Murda's entire relationship with Jay-Z may have started because of him. And just like that, this stopped being a simple G-Unit versus Rockefeller dispute. That's when Memphis Bleek dropped the claim that reshaped the whole narrative. According to Bleek, Murda's connection with Jay-Z wasn't some chance encounter. He says he was the one who made it happen. Bleek explained that DJ Green Lantern had passed him Uncle Murda's mixtape. He played it for Jay-Z, and Jay was immediately asking who this new voice out of Brooklyn was. Bleek's version of events is straightforward. Without him putting that tape in front of the right person, Murda might never have landed that opportunity with Rockefeller in the first place. That's exactly why Bleek didn't see Murda's comments as ordinary crew loyalty. In his eyes, he once helped open a major door for Murda, and now here's Murda publicly coming after him while standing up for someone else entirely. Taxstone summed it up in one sharp line: appreciation with an expiration date. And honestly, that single phrase captured the heart of Bleek's entire argument.
What's going on between you and Uncle Murda right now? What was said that triggered Uncle Murda's latest response?
I don't know.
Uncle Murda went off. He said that you don't got no money. He got more businesses than you, and he's just out here wilding.
I guess what they say when you got the business transaction, what the wire must have hit, the G-Unit wire hit, they said, yo, to get that Bleek wire hit, so he went off.
Get that Bleek wire?
The Bleek wire transition went through. He looked at his phone and said transaction complete.
Go off?
Yeah, they dropped the Bleek wire bag. So he went off.
But here's where things get more complicated. Does a favor from years ago mean someone owes you silence forever? Or does Murda's loyalty belong to the crew he's actually working, touring, and building alongside right now? Bleek clearly believes history should still carry weight. Murda, on the other hand, seems to believe that an old favor doesn't buy anyone the right to disrespect the people he stands with today. Bleek didn't stop there either. He also pushed back on Murda's business claims, joking that flashing safes and bank balances doesn't automatically mean someone's running a real operation. Instead, he steered the conversation toward payroll, employees, and actual business infrastructure, the kind of thing that separates a legitimate operation from just looking successful. So now the two men weren't even arguing the same point anymore. Murda was focused on what he's built and owns today. Bleek kept steering things back to who helped put him on the map in the first place.
I don't really get the comparison, right? With I don't know what's going on between like the crews with y'all, with both the Rock Nation and the G-Unit thing. I know 50 throw shots at Hove or whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I don't get it because it's like with you and Jay, it's like some shit like from all the way back from your neighborhood, from the 90s, you know what I mean? Of course, Yayo knows 50, but Uncle Murda is like Uncle Murda's like new. He came in. When did he start with G-Unit?
Uncle Murda might have started with G-Unit, what, like 5 years ago? You remember the cartoon, The Transformers?
Yeah.
You my age. You remember the Transformers? Uncle Murda is the version of the GoBots becoming a Transformer.
By this point, both men had said enough to make one thing crystal clear. Neither was backing down. Uncle Murda felt Bleek had disrespected his family, questioned his success, and tried to paint him as someone who couldn't stand on his own without 50 Cent. Bleek, meanwhile, felt Murda was ignoring their shared history and conveniently forgetting who helped get his music in front of Jay-Z in the first place. That's exactly why Bleek's declaration that he was ready to dance carried so much weight. It wasn't just talk, it was the culmination of everything building underneath this back and forth.
Niggas want to go there with Blizzle, we can take it anywhere, bro. Blizzle ain't never been afraid to dance with nobody. And niggas don't want to dance with me in no sector.
It ain't that deep. Like I heard this shit earlier. Somebody played it. I'm like, damn. I'm like, this nigga Murda sound pissed the fuck off at this.
He mad. I guess something must have stuck. So from 96 to 2005, I was on Rockefeller.
He was making it clear to Murda that the money talk, the shots at his music, and the pressure of standing behind G-Unit weren't enough to make him back down. But Murda's side of this would likely push back just as hard, arguing that doing someone a favor years ago doesn't hand you a lifetime pass to say whatever you want about them whenever you want.
On there 2005, right?
Yeah, because of me. Green Lantern giving me a mixtape, and I played the mixtape, and Hove was like, yo, who that? And I said, this is new kid from Brooklyn, and he got a deal because of me.
And sitting right in the middle of all this is Tony's original point, which never really got resolved. He wasn't claiming 50 Cent pays everyone's bills outright. He argued that 50 gives his people access, keeps them working, and creates real chances for them to build something bigger for themselves. Bleek sees Jay-Z's approach as a different kind of model entirely. Murda, on the other hand, believes the results speak for themselves.
It was on there 2005, right?
Yeah, because of me. Because of me, Green Lantern giving me a mixtape, and I played the mixtape, and Hov was like, yo, who that? And I said, this new kid from Brooklyn, and he got a deal because of me. But niggas gonna forget that because Hov don't look out.
Shit. Now, you know what this might be called? This is when appreciation has an expiration date.
That's a fact. Like, I looked out for the homie. Like, nigga know
At
me.
that moment when you helped him, he probably really fucked with
listen.
you.
Like,
But now, you don't help him no more, 50 do, so he don't fuck with you no more. I was like, I didn't even know that this nigga was...
Yo, he told me he got the safe in his crib. He got the safe in. He said he got a safe in the crib.
This call is from a federal prison.
The who?
He said he got a safe in the crib. He even brought up his safe. He said he want to go safe for safe, business statement for not business statement for business statement. He didn't say that. He said, I don't even know how he said it. The way he said it tells me he don't own a business. Tell that nigga, show me how many employees on your payroll. That's a business statement.
Now the real question is whether this stays a war of words or actually turns into a full-blown rap battle. Bleek has the Rockefeller history behind him, Murda has the current momentum, and Taxstone already threw the Glazier label into the mix, adding even more fuel to the fire. So who made the stronger case here? Did Bleek have a right to bring up Murda's history with Jay-Z, or did he cross a line when he brought family into it? And if these two actually take this to the music, who are you putting your money on? Drop your thoughts in the comments, like the video, subscribe to DripZine, and turn on notifications so you don't miss what happens next.
Couple things to say, right? Tony Yayo and Uncle Murda. To all the young guys out there who are trying to get in hip-hop, this is who you don't want to be. You do not want to be these two guys, and let me tell you why. At 50 years old, to be backing up a rapper, not one, but two niggas backing up one rapper, got to be the biggest failure ever in hip-hop. Like, how can you come home flying on these jets and to all these exotic places to come home and say, I just got finished backing up with my man, 50. Like, how can you sit there and brag about that shit? Now, don't get me wrong, like, it's different with, say, Spliff Star and Busta. Spliff Star's a part of the show, a part of the success. He makes the show better with him there, as far as backing up Busta. But these two bozos, absolutely not. I watched where 50 was doing a show at a college, and he had a football jersey on with the number on it. And then these two guys got a football jersey wearing the same number. And I'm saying to myself, is this some Diana Ross and the fucking Supreme shit? Like, what type of backup singer, dancer shit is this? These niggas are supposed to be so fucking gangster and so rich and supposed to be so this and that. But these niggas wear the same outfits backing up 50 Cent at his shows. Now, I'm gonna tell you, 50's fans, super loyal. Y'all dick riding 50 fans, glazing 50 fans, y'all stands, super loyal, because this guy tells y'all anything, 50. Now, I remember on a bunch of podcasts, there was a podcast I did down here with Ferrari and his man, and they just was like, I told him, I said, that Shreveport deal was cap. I knew it. I said, that was all cap. That was just to get people to clicks and comments. You know, when you announce something and your fan base goes crazy, that was cap. I've been said that. That shit ain't happening. It never was and it never will. Cap. The big G unit, the big drawing or the AI rendition of the big G unit building, cap. But see, y'all ain't saying shit now. All you G unit fans and stans, y'all ain't saying nothing now. Because he doesn't get held responsible for all the cap, all the lies that he do. He has no problem with disrespecting the Jay-Z's and the Diddy's, but both of them still got motion. Diddy got more motion than you in jail. Pretty soon you're gonna start seeing the 50 Cent shit docking real soon. He's not making too much money anywhere else. No. He didn't own those. The Powers, the Stars, the BMF stories. He didn't own those. He didn't own that. Where's all the big movies and that Branson cognac shit? I ain't never seen nobody drink that shit ever in no club anywhere on earth. The Lychee Midori, I don't even know if that's the way you pronounce it. He's been hashtagging that shit for 100 years, and that shit ain't went nowhere. And the reason I'm bringing all this up really is for the fans. It's for y'all stands, for y'all 50 dick riders, for y'all super glazers, the glaze crew. Cause y'all be so quick to like hop on this man's bandwagon and talk about how great he is, and he's really not doing shit. All he does is try to tear people down. But see, karma has a way of showing up when you least expect it. Shout out to Wallow. I watched these two bozos, Yayo and Uncle Where's the Murda, go on Gilly and Wallow. And I watched Wallow play the shit out of them in their face. Basically told them y'all was scared on that play. And he was not playing around. He was not cracking no smile. He was dead ass serious. He said it was two of y'all. The first thing y'all did was grab the phone. Y'all was scared. And these niggas just looking like, couldn't say nothing. Was sitting right there with him. Obviously, Wallow wasn't scared. Obviously. Disrespected them right in their face. These niggas talk so much gangster shit and so much money shit that dispo ain't doing nothing. And then Uncle Murda talking about taking his kids to fucking Disneyland. You think that's a flex? You supposed to get credit for taking your kids to Disneyland? Are you fucking crazy? Are you high? My nigga, you don't get credit for that. Me and my man took kids to Disney. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, these two, I don't see them lasting in this game. Their podcast numbers are going down. They don't got too much else to talk about. If they ain't talking about 50, what the fuck do they got to talk about? If they ain't talking about being on tour with 50, what do they got? And the last thing is this. All these places they talking about eating exotic foods and all these exotic countries they're in, you never, ever see them with a broad. You never see them with a woman. Ever. Ever. Never. And I'm sure if they got one, they're hiding them. They're hiding that 3 or that 4. And no disrespect to y'all ladies, because I don't want to disrespect y'all because y'all are with them for whatever reason you're with them. But I'm sure that they're not even posting y'all. They don't give a fuck about y'all. Obviously. They're ashamed to be with y'all because you don't see them posting nothing about you. Where Mrs. Tony Yayo and Mrs. Yayo and Mrs. Murda, whoever y'all are, they're ashamed of y'all.